Okay. Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, we want to start off giving all glory, honor, and praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makakwadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Double honors and salutation. Salutations to Akims and Akos, the brothers and the sisters out here pushing this truth. This is 2026, the year of proselytes, sellouts, okay, false prophets, as the elders keep coining it and deeming it. You know, due to it being in the end time, the end of days, we know that all these things were set to come out, to happen through prophecy. So it's the camp, two brothers from the camp, Children of Light, Brother Yashar. Yep, and we prophesying another day in Babylon the Great, aka America, as the scriptures call it. You know, because we've been able to prove through the scriptures and through the text and the context that this place is Babylon the Great. You know, that great whore, that great harlot that the scriptures calls it. You know, because a lot of teachers in the world, as far as the Christian religion, they don't want to identify Babylon. Well, first of all, they ain't got the knowledge anyways. They don't, like the elders say, they don't know what's going on. You know, they sleep. They don't have the 100% truth. So the Christian's job is to just keep you in this docile mindset of, oh, God gonna come save everybody, and you know, every sins are done away with, the law is done away with. Just make sure you call on Jesus at the end of the day. You know, they lying to you. So we here because we got the truth to bring it out and to let you know what's going on, starting with these 12 tribes of Israel, blacks, Latins, and Native Americans. You know. I got a preset real quick. Okay. So, you know, we want to start off by identifying what's going on right now, you know, in your day-to-day. Because it's Sunday afternoon, 4 o'clock, 4 p.m., you know, everybody's watching their sports, watching the NBA television and getting ready for the NFL draft, watching 19-year-old and 20-year-olds and wondering what city they finna be drafted off to, right? And you better get ready for that, for the United States military draft coming up in December. That's the draft you should be keeping your eye on. So, you know, to identify the times that we in and what we going through, it's the book of Joel chapter 3. It says, Joel 3:1, for behold, in those days and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. Because if you didn't know, if you were considered a black, Latin, and Native American, yes, you are a slave. You are a slave here in America. You serving your punishment and your captivity of going off from your power, Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, which is the God of all, the God of this world. All right. So that's why we in this state of condition. That's why you in your hoods, in your ghettos, you know, all across the nation, not just the nation, all across the world. We are being subject as captives under these other nations. So that's why the Lord started this verse off, or this chapter off, explaining the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, northern and southern kingdom. It says, for behold, in those days and in that time, which is the end times, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, which in the Hebrew means Yahweh, or the Hebrew word there is Yahweh Shaphat, which means Yahweh's decision. Yahweh's decision to do what? It just said in the scriptures, to judge all nations. Because, which we're going to get more into it, because all nations in this world have had their hands on the Israelites as being our slave owners, our masters, all right? Our captivators. It says, verse 2, I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, and will plead with them there for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Right. Because we know that land of Israel, the Fertile Crescent, you know, was the Garden of Eve, which it wasn't just no garden. You gotta expand your mind. It wasn't just no backyard garden of, oh, it's the apples over here and the oranges. No, this garden was a large body of land. It's called the Fertile Crescent, okay? And that's where mankind first originated, all right? And that garden, or that land, was given to who? The Israelites, because we're the inheritance of God. You know, remember Deuteronomy say Israel's the Lord's portion. So that land was given to us. And what happened? Right now you have Israel, not Israelites. The water. You have there, yep. You have other nations, like the elder just said, Amalekites. Right now you got Amalekite and Ishmael over there in Palestine right now fighting for what? Our land, you know, because the Amalekites, they acting like they the Israelites, but we know Revelation 2:9 and 3:9 says.
Well, they ain't acting like they the Israelites. They just claiming that the Dome of the Rock have the right to be there because Muhammad, and they have right to that land. So they have the right to be there. That's their whole argument. And the Zionist Jews, Amalekite, they basically saying, no, we the original people. This is our land. No heathens. No one can actually worship or be on this land. So they over there fighting. Meanwhile, none of them supposed to be over there. But prophecy, they supposed to be over there, but it's gonna get there. But go ahead, my bad.
No, come on, yep. And you know, that was to break it all down, to simplify it. So we understand why these countries, why these heathen nations is over in our original land fighting over. Because it's true. It says,
They want to get that real quick. My bad. I got it.
okay.
This Ezekiel 35 and 10. I ain't going to skip this one. Ezekiel 35 and 10. It said, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whether the Lord was there. See that? So that's the Amalekite took our land from us, and the two nations is who? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. And they subject us to Babylon the Great because they was the ones that had the boats that they paid for through the East and the Dutch Indies Company to ship our black ass over here. And they the same ones that funded and paid Christopher Colombo. And they show you in the movie how, remember the banker? The banker funded him.
Yep, come.
You see that? When it came down to it, the banker funded him and said, basically, you gonna make more money. So he said, yeah, I will fund your expedition. But even though the banker funded, he still had to go get approval from who? Queen Isabella and Ferdinand. And they show it all in that movie, and they did that.
They didn't show King Ferdinand too much in the movie, huh?
Nope, because you know it's the Queen of Heaven shit all the time.
I thought you know.
You ain't tripping.
Yeah, because I was like, damn, they didn't show him not once.
Yeah.
It'll make you think that he wasn't even there, but no, we understand history.
They just glorifying the woman.
But
that's cool. The story still is they kicked that ass. This I got one more. Jeremiah 50 and 33. Thus said the Lord of hosts, the children of Israel and the children of Judah were oppressed together, and all that took them captive held them fast. They refused to let them go. And us being subject over here to America, and the Zionist Jews being all interweaving into our religious aspect, economic aspect, religious aspect, education aspect, health. They are part of all of those fashions of the blacks, Blacks, and Native Americans' life, and they keeping the agenda going. That's why they own what? The music, the clothing, the sports, all of your entertainment, and all of the news media. It said, their Redeemer is strong, the Lord of hosts is his name. He shall thoroughly plead their cause, that he may give rest to the land and disquiet the inhabitants of Babylon. And that's what y'all witnessing right now. And that's why these economic woes and the downfall of America and the sins of her spewing is being put out on front. And we here to lead the cause through the scriptures and the prophecy. Go ahead.
Come, I actually got a precept since you went into that. This is Isaiah chapter 47, verse. We start at 4. It says, "As for our Redeemer, The Lord of hosts is his name, the Holy One of Israel. See that?
Yeah.
Because that's who salvation belongs
Right.
to.
And he gonna plead our cause.
It says, verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans.
See that? And that's your witchcraft of the Babylonians, which is your modern day Americans today. And that's why everything y'all doing is not working. Like now y'all in the season of the beast. That's the season they in under the witchcraft calendar of the witches.
Mm-hmm.
They in the season of fire and beast, sacrifice.
Okay.
I will look it up, but we want to go and keep moving.
It says, verse 5, sit thou silent and get thee into darkness, O daughter of the Chaldeans, which is Babylon. That's why Revelation 17, it calls her Babylon, the mystery Babylon.
Yeah, 17:15.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
mystery of all harlots.
Yep.
And abomination.
Because like the elder was highlighting, what's Babylon's number one stronghold is the it's the witchcraft. All right, it's the philosophies.
That's why I say sailed out nations through thou witchcraft, Isaiah 47.
Ooh. It says verse 6, I was wroth with my people.
Come, see that? Yeah, I wish I allowed y'all to do the transatlantic slave trade with us. That's why it's written in the scriptures. And I was telling my sister yesterday, and we gotta stop saying that. We gotta stop saying the curses. We gotta get past that. I'm trying to hear that. I ain't trying to hear that. I just rather, and I'm like, yeah, you'd rather be ignorant, but ignorantly, you ain't finna get away from them curses. That's why she can't figure out why her daughter and her son, and no matter how much she put behind education and Esau trusting in Egypt, didn't work for him.
Because
ain't nobody getting past the curses. Fuck y'all thought this was. Go ahead.
Because I was about to say, to land back up what you said. Dang, I just lost it. What was the last thing you just said?
Yeah. She thought her kids were gonna escape the curses.
And
like education and all this other stuff.
As a matter of fact, we'll go ahead and I got a precept on that.
Yeah, you ain't getting around this. Ain't none of us getting around this. You gonna live this. You an Israelite, you gonna live these curses. Because when the kingdom of heaven comes, guess what? You gonna live that, motherfucker.
The water to y'all about Shemi Al-Shai, because I was looking for a scripture. I was in the wrong chapter, and then you resaid what you said, and I found the precept of that in the scripture I was looking for.
Alright, well, cool. Well, we're gonna go both of them. Shit.
So this is the book of Isaiah, chapter 30, verse 1. It says, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord.
Right, that's my sister talking that bullshit.
That take counsel,
right,
but not of me.
Right. So y'all going to Esau's school system and watching his news media and trying to figure out what the fuck going on. And wonder why he playing with y'all with the oil and the gas prices every other couple days. Now it's the ongoing trending topic on every news station now. And what's next? Following behind that, the war with Iran. Looking at us.
Man, so that's your true master. Because you showing that you going to follow him each and every way.
That's why when they told their ass take that Beetlejuice, they was on that shit. And you had them false leaders tell y'all to take it too. And y'all died. Yeah, GMS got a clean record.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Let's talk about the celebrities who told y'all to take it.
Oh, see? Oh, don't bring that up. That was the past.
All right.
But you got real of y'all who had y'all family members die.
Right.
And like the young Akim said, your celebrities got right on national TV and supported that shit.
Hank Aaron.
Find out this shit is all bogus. Ain't nobody got nothing to say.
It's just back to La La Land. Right. And who you think God gonna come save? The ones preaching His word, or the ones that was acting stupid? You know.
Say those of y'all that sign cry for all the abomination that going in the midst of. The angels marking motherfuckers.
Yep.
And y'all getting marked too.
Ezekiel 3:17.
Not for exemption.
Instruction. It says Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, and that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit.
Right. That's why they went and took that juice. I told little girl in Seattle, and she literally got mad at me. I was in the hospital. I said, I'm in there for some other shit. I said, she said, you took COVID shot? I said, hell no, I need to take that. You see all this melanin in me? I got a natural immunity to that shit. That shit don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with it. She like, no, I'm serious. I said, me too. You hear what I just said? You didn't hear all that the explanation I just gave you? I'm undefeated. Fuck out of here, motherfucker.
Right. See, we hope we the ones that's working out our salvation with fear and trembling. Because when you see Deuteronomy, it tells you blessed in the city. Deuteronomy 28 chapters to be precise. Blessed in the city if you do this, and cursed if you do that. So we ain't got to worry about the Beetlejuice affecting us and having to take it in. No.
What you want me to get it?
Okay.
But no, go ahead. I'm finishing some more.
This is okay. Isaiah chapter 30 verse 1. Woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel but not of me, and that cover with the covering but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin. And that's the only thing you have coming in your life in this American society, because what does America teach you? How to be wicked. From a youth up, it tells you how to have an abominable diet.
Oh, right out the gate.
Why you think all our people walking around like this?
Right, wobbling and shit.
Like the movie Wall-E, they showed you the whole planet. When Earth got destroyed, everybody had to go to a different planet, which is sci-fi, science fiction, but it's
truth in there too.
Right, because they showed the robot when he finally got to the planet and seen all the Earthlings. What was they doing? They was fat. They was so fat they couldn't even walk. They had to ride around in like hovercrafts. You know what I'm saying? Come on. So it teaches you how to have an abominable diet. It teaches you how to be as adulterous as you can. It teaches you how to be covetous.
Always going with somebody else.
Come on. It teaches you how to be fraudulent. Okay.
All day.
You can't even conduct simple business with people due to taxes and interest and hidden fees. They literally tell you that.
Damn.
Why do you think they put the dude on the commercial? For the limited time you can get this for $50. This pot set, but then he can get the hidden fees, tax included. May not be available in your state.
You see how fast that you said? Might not be. They give your ass a 20 hit words in 10 seconds.
Knowing your brain can't process all that at one time. So
right.
This place, actually, we gonna get that in Nahum, because Nahum tells you that this place is the mother of witchcraft, which we'll get it.
Yeah.
This is real quick, Isaiah chapter 30 verse 2. That walk down to go into Egypt, spiritual America, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh.
That's why y'all took that Beetlejuice.
And who is your modern day Pharaoh? Your president, which right now is Donald Trump. During the 4 years ago, it was Joseph R. Biden. And what did he say? Well, what did the government come out and say? Blacks, Latins, and Native Americans, you need to take this. This is for you. You are most effective.
They was even giving you $500 for the shit, giving you tickets to the Bucks game. They want to play.
Hey, man.
They said they'll pay y'all goofy ass. Get rid of you useless niggas, boy. You might ain't playing with y'all.
Right.
And we know they ain't playing. That's why we out here blowing this trumpet.
It says, verse 3, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame. Oh, my granny died. How did that happen?
We don't know what happened. Right, everybody don't know what happened after that shot came.
It says, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion. Because you really don't know what's going on out here. You really don't know that you have the biggest target on your back in America as being an Israelite. You are America's #1 enemy.
God, they do not understand that.
It starts with the prophets. We understand, okay? That's why we preaching it to you all.
Yes. Yeah, Psalms 91, and I'm going to start at 1. He that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I will say unto the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in Him will I trust. Surely He shall deliver me from the snare of the fowler and from the noise of the pestilence, which is the ICBM missile. Now let me jump down to these diseases. 91 and 6. Nor from the pestilence that walketh in darkness, nor from the destruction that wastes at noonday. So if the pestilence don't get your ass, the ICBM missiles gonna get you, but they gonna get you.
To jump down to verse 8, because like the elder was saying, when he was telling his sister, trying to inform her on what's going on, what was her biggest thing? No, I don't want to hear that. No, I ain't got time for that. Okay, let's not talk about the past.
Right, but you're gonna live it anyways, and you finna live the future. I told her this for the future. So that future you have for your kids, and you seeing the end result, that they what? Day by day they daily bread. See that? That's it. All that 3-4 houses shit and compounds and see that? That's that decadent veil that Bootsy and Jay-Z and Beyonce and them been teaching us. I ain't no motherfucking kid in Disneyland. That shit over.
Right.
America is finished.
This is jumping down to Isaiah chapter 30 verse 8. It says, "Now go, write it before them in a table, and note it in a book."
Right. That's what we read right here, the prophecy.
"That it may be for the time to come."
See that? Y'all talking about what we talking about is in the future. I mean the past. No, motherfucker. Past, now, and the future.
Woo. Huh.
Fuck out of here.
So ain't no saying Babylon. That's not America. Yes, it is.
It's a daughter and it's a mother. It's the daughter. The mother came first. That was Nebuchadnezzar. Now you in the daughter. But guess what? Your ass still here.
It says, verse 9, that this is a rebellious people, lying children that will not hear the law of the Lord. So the Lord telling you yourself, these people, your people, the Israelites, is going to have their ears covered when you preaching this word to them, because they're not trying to follow it, even though it's for the betterment of themselves. Verse 10, which say to the seers, which are prophets, see not. So don't get out there and preach the Bible and preach the word and preach that all the other nations that ain't Israelites gonna be going into slavery. Don't preach that. That's hate. Bible, the Lord ain't a God of hate. You don't know the Lord. You don't know the Lord God. That's why he sent his servants, the prophets, to come tell you. But guess what? You don't want to listen to the truth. It says, prophecy not unto us right things. See that? You don't want to obey into the truth. It says, speak unto us smooth things. Prophecy deceits.
Right. See that? Tell us we gonna prosper here. Tell us we gonna be all good. No, it ain't all good here, motherfucker.
Right.
That's why we putting everything in an orderly fashion. Where did it come from? Who it's affecting? And where we going with this shit? That's what we doing. Matthew 13:52. Then said he unto them, therefore every scribe which is instructed unto the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is a householder, which bringeth forth out of his treasure things new and old. Because we got to tell y'all how our ancestors dealt with these things back in the day when they was faced with them.
Gun. And ain't y'all so big on ancestry? And I got to consult with my elders and all this and...
Right, get in tune with my dead... Nah, our elders ain't dead. They right here. We read from ours.
Right.
I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about. We got our instructions.
That's why the scripture says it was written aforetime, meaning before you were here, for whose learning? Your learning. Not his learning, not her learning. Scripture don't tell you they get to get this, but I ain't gonna give you. No, it says for your learning. All right, so you gotta hearken into it. The scripture even tells you. I think we just reading that in the Ecclesiastes, that if you want to learn something, you have to go seek a teacher. You know.
It's Job 8:8. For inquire, I pray thee, of the former age, and prepare thyself for the search of thy fathers. For we are but of yesterday, and know nothing, because our days upon earth are a shadow. Shall not they teach thee, and tell thee, and utter words out of their heart? Right, you gotta go to the elders, motherfucker.
Go on.
And guess what we point you to? The source.
At least we got one watching.
It's prophesy to the wind.
Go on.
Because the heavy lifting is on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we making sure we have our ass out here.
Yep. This is Isaiah chapter 30 and 11. It says, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path.
See that? See that? That's basically what she was telling me. Basically.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. Stop bringing that up. We got to get past that. No.
Right. Get past that.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, let's get past that.
You know what? I like that. Let's get past that, because getting past this captivity meaning we finna be the new slave owners.
So you right. That's what I told her. I said, shit, yeah, you right. The quicker we get this shit over with, the quicker y'all shall come back, the quicker we good.
See, see how you can do nothing against the truth, only for the truth? It says, Isaiah chapter 30, verse 11, get you out of the way, turn aside out of the path. See that? It's a straight gate. It's only one way into heaven, and that's the truth. It's Yahweh's doctrine, okay? It says, cause the Holy One of Israel to cease from before us. Almost had a heart attack reading that, because they literally saying, tell our power, we don't want him as our power anymore. You know, that's like if you take that's like somebody telling you, you know what, just go ahead and take my engine out of my car. Where you gonna go? I don't know, I'm gonna figure it out. Just go ahead and take my engine out. That's basically what you know what I'm saying? Metaphorically speaking, that's y'all philosophy. Y'all want to get out here and do what y'all want to do because it pleases you, you know, and you want to.
Yeah, that's good. But meanwhile, what's going to happen, though? This going to happen. 2nd Ezra 16 and 18. The beginning of sorrows and great mourning, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evil, and what should I do when these evils shall come? Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for amendments. But for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourges. Right? Sister want to go on la-la land. Well, okay. Well, they not being mindful. So, but that's what's going to happen. Behold, virtue shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in good case. And even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
Yep. Come. And we actually got some, since that was brought out, we're going to give you some real life statistics and highlights going into that great famine on what's going to take place, as the scriptures say. It says, so this is some things I was reading off of AI Overview. It says, as soon, because right now, the Strait of Hormuz has been shut down. The Strait of Hormuz hosts around 20% of the whole world's oil consumption. Okay? So, once the Strait of Hormuz got shut down, that means that approximately 20 million barrels of oil every day do not reach it to their destination. And come on now, we know that oil practically runs the world, oil and gas. All right. It says it's going to lead to soaring inflation. So once you can't get your oil, the energy shock drives up the cost of goods like diesel, fertilizer, plastic, with massive taxes. Everything you own has plastic in it, plastic cups, plastic.
All that shit go up. Your phone, that tripod, everything.
Everything.
Because that's plastic. That tripod that we got there now. So all that shit go up. All that go up. Your phone, the case of your phone, all that shit go up. Everything. Like you saying. Remember your meat is covered with plastic and shit? All that shit go up.
Man. And that's how we know that this devil is that's why what's that, Psalms 83, crafty counsel?
Mm-hmm.
That's how we know that it's talking about Esau, because
he know exactly what to pick.
Con.
That's gonna affect you most.
Con.
Everybody on a wide scale. He know exactly what he's doing. That's why we ain't ignorant of Satan's devices.
Con, 1 Corinthians 2 and 11.
Yeah, con.
Because we know that if this man lives off the debt of other people and plastic is all across the world,
he gonna call something to cut that.
Right. He gonna raise the prices, meaning people still gotta use it, so they gotta pay more to go into his companies.
There go your family.
Right. But at the same time, on the bottom, that's your famine. But the ones on the top, the top of the elites, they still eating. You know? So yeah, that's why this devil gotta go, man. It says, the cause and effect, if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed even until July 2026, because I said, okay, you figure the summertime come, that's when everybody coming all out. That's why the girl at my job, I said, oh, yeah, I see you got she had a Planet Fitness membership on her phone. Like, you know, you can look at the apps.
Yeah.
I said, I wasn't looking at your phone, but I see you was in Planet Fitness. Oh, yeah, you know. I said, oh, what's your little routine? She say, and it's a Judite. She say, well, it's been like a year. It's my second day back.
Okay.
But, me and my girls, we getting ready for the summertime. I said,
hey, fuck with us. Fuck with us.
I said, okay.
Yeah, that's what we talking about. Fun girls.
Right. And that's good, you know, do y'all. But guess what? all that money you thought you was finna be spending on the Murph, the outfits, the
You finna do that to your basic living.
right.
Just to keep that up.
Because it says if the Strait of Hormuz remains closed even until July 2026, which is only 3 months from now, it says U.S. gas prices will increase significantly above $4 to $5 per gallon, and oil to $100 to $200 per barrel, even if this conflict ends. So even if the war ends, which we know it ain't gonna happen, just say they open the Strait up in 2 weeks from now. It says even if it ends, shipping bottlenecks, high insurance premiums rise, and mine clearance could keep prices elevated for months. Okay? So
get ready for your summer to be expensive.
come.
That's all. Your summer gonna be very expensive. So all that 4th of July and all the barbecues you want to do all week, and you want to go travel, go up north and vacation and go on the beach and buy all them little different little items and take the kids swimming and get ice cream. All that shit finna be super expensive because you finna be cutting into your money just to do the basic living. So y'all gonna be really uncomfortable. So get ready for this summer to be real uncomfortable.
Yeah, come.
Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of, and that's gonna be your uptick of what? Robberies, scams, stabbing, just crime engine.
Mm-hmm.
So that's gonna keep you from really wanting to be out and having good things. Because those people who going out and having them good things gonna be getting robbed and shit, mugged downtown, all that. It's already happening. It's gonna increase because all these prices finna increase. And what it tell you, the love of many shall wax cold. That's happening too, big time. Because people are desperate out here.
Yo, come.
The jobs are being cut, especially like in the location we in. You see that paper I brought home?
Oh yeah,
On the
like
table.
a month ago.
Yeah, no, just now. You just ain't see it.
Oh, it's a new
But on
one?
there, I'll show you when we get back to the house. But it's basically saying because there's so much jobs lost here where we at. Yeah, it's a lot of jobs lost here in Racine, Kenosha, Wisconsin area. That a lot of people are scared because it's a little town and they used to having those comfort jobs for 20, 30 years. And usually had 3 major companies lay off 500 to 1,000 people. Remember, it's only what, 100,000 people?
Yep, 78,000, 80,000.
Right. So you already had 3,000 people laid off in 3 months in one little area around. So people nervous and our job's slowing down. So maybe trying to see what's up.
Come. And think we already living the paycheck to paycheck.
Right. So just imagine you lose your job. You know how long it's hard it is to find another one? Especially paying what you was paying, especially when building yourself up. Stop playing.
Yep. And so you would think, well, you lose your job, you can just.
Cut them over something. They can't see you.
Oh, shoot. Okay. You would think that, lose your job, you can reach out to your family, somebody can help you.
Shit.
Well, they already cut off welfare, so you can't use that. And
Hard to
then
get unemployment,
come.
and it only lasts, and you're only getting a percentage of what you was making. You ain't getting no overtime. Go ahead, my bad.
I ain't seen no stimulus checks.
Yeah.
Since the cruel Lord came.
Right, that's the thing of the past now.
He made a little proposition. Yeah, we'll send him 2,000. Never didn't come.
Ain't gonna have any wars at all.
Right. This is Matthew chapter 10 verse 34. It says, and this is in red letters, so Yahweh Shah speaking. It says, "Think not I am come to send peace on earth. I came not to send peace, but a sword." Okay. So like right now, you hear the birds chirping, and everything just looks so calm, and this is pretty peaceful. No, this ain't what your reality, your future reality about to consist of. Your future reality is about to consist of these prime examples, which we already listed some out the scriptures. War. Yeah. Okay. A lot of you gonna get sent over to the Middle East to fight and die. Yes, you are dying there. You're gonna have invasions here. Okay.
Crime rate going on, skyrocketing.
Come. You're gonna have the electric grid fail, meaning all of our
blackouts, MAP.
EMPs, electronic magnetic pulses. Come. You're gonna have blackouts, cyber attacks. What else you gonna have? Famines.
Yeah.
Shortages.
Yeah.
Okay. It says, verse 35, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father." So you better hope. All right, you better hope that you can maintain your family and keep everybody in one bunch.
And that's happening now due to the philosophy. Some of y'all believe y'all Democrats. Some of y'all believe y'all Republicans. Some of y'all think y'all conservative. Some of y'all Islam. Some of y'all
atheists.
Y'all was gonna say that.
You got so many different denominations of Christians.
So that's why everybody don't kind of really mess with each other. They divided. They got these people divided.
Some of y'all went. Some of you women and you men too. You went in
y'all feminists and all that shit. So y'all don't like men.
Right.
Y'all feminists, LGBT. So y'all just don't like men. Period. So y'all got, man, it's fucked up.
Yeah, and them females, the feminist females, yeah, y'all gonna have it the. If anybody's gonna have it the worst out here, man, in America, in the next upcoming months to year, Yahweh Shabbat is out months. Like the elders say, we down to the countdown of months now. If anybody gonna have it worse here in America, it's gonna be y'all women.
Yeah, the women, the elderly, and the children.
Yep, because y'all can't fend for yourselves.
Nope.
You gonna find out what it means to truly have a man on your side. You know?
Yeah, Isaiah 41.
Yep.
They're gonna have to desire.
And all you well, I'll keep reading.
Yeah. Get some more on that, then get that Isaiah so they understand what's gonna come up.
Okay. This is Matthew chapter 10, verse 35. It says, I said it right, Matthew. It says, "For I am come to set a man at variance against his father, and the daughter against her mother, and the daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law." Okay. It says, "And a man's foes shall be who? Shall be they of his own household." So you're going to have to figure out. That's why you guy at work said, what did he say?
He ain't going to be no victim for nobody.
He ain't going to be no victim for nobody. And he
tried to get his wife and his 2 sons prepped. He said, but John, they ain't trying to move. He said, I ain't finna be no victim for nobody. Do you hear me? And I said, yeah, it look like to me the scripture said only one man can make it into heaven. He said, So Jake starting to understand that y'all taking light to these, even the Israel Jakes that don't know the truth. They see that a war is coming, and y'all women and children taking light to what we saying. Y'all finna be sadly mistaken when we be going to fend for ourselves. See, y'all finna be stuck.
Yep,
so Esau got y'all in a setup.
It's a setup. You said you wanted to.
Roosevelt Show said it. He said, I ain't no victim for nobody. I said, shit, you see, I left mine. I'm getting mine straight where I'm at. Go ahead, what you got to say?
Oh, you say you want Isaiah 47.
What?
I know you said finish that and then Matthew 10 and then go to Isaiah.
Oh, no, it was something, you were saying that I had something. Damn. You were saying something and it came right out.
I was saying, what was I saying? I said, I was about to go into it, then I said I'll let the scripture say it. I can't
No, that's okay.
Yeah,
we move fast.
Okay. And then it was a precept I was about to go to earlier when you said what you say? Was it Matthew? I can't remember. But yeah, come man. So we at the end of this man's kingdom, you know? No matter how much he talk, no matter all these smooth words he speak, and I'm talking about Donald J. Trump, no matter how prideful he looks, you know, when he gets up.
Isaiah 4:1.
Come.
Because we talking about some goddamn women.
Yeah.
And y'all better stop letting Esau fool y'all. Still falling for that serpent who beguiles the mother of y'all Eve in the garden. Lying to y'all, telling y'all, you don't need no weapons and your kids don't know. Fuck all that. Listen to your man. That's what you better do.
Right. You see, that's what them Edomite women do. They be all.
They know what's up.
Right.
They ain't have propaganda shot towards them. They ain't stuck on stupid.
This is Isaiah chapter 4:1. It says, and in that day 7 women shall take hold of one man, saying,
yeah, y'all better stop playing.
We will eat our own bread.
Right, see that? So they're going to have substance.
And wear our own apparel.
Right, so they're going to come with clothing and shit too. We're going to need all that. I'm welcoming all that.
Only let us be called by thy name.
Right, I'm going to do what you say. Jump on one foot. Shit.
To take away our reproach.
Right. What's gonna be the reproach? America and all them fucking taxes and famines and riots and bottlenecks and branches cut off. All that shit gonna count.
Come. I'm like, that's why, you know, we in agreement with the elders. With the elders, the man say, why you think Elder Tahar keeps saying every video or every other video, Isaiah chapter 4 is close, it's almost at the door.
Yeah, because when everything get cut off, they're going to have to run to the man. That's just facts. And go ahead, a little bit more on that.
Okay. He said, get ready, brothers, because we got a prize coming. I said, come.
Yeah,
come.
So that's why you supposed to dig yourself in. Trim your lamp. Keep yourself together. Take care of yourself.
Verse 2, it says, in that day shall the branch of the Lord be glorious. Okay? The branch of the Lord is talking about the elect. The hopeful elect. In that day shall the branch of the Lord be beautiful and glorious, and the fruit of the earth shall be excellent and comely for them that are escaped of Israel. And it shall come to pass that he that is left in Zion, and he that remaineth in Jerusalem, shall be called holy, meaning set apart, even every one that is written among the living in Jerusalem.
That's it.
Yep. So that's the reward.
Why did it say weary land, a dry place?
Weary land and dry place.
Yeah. You see.
Isaiah chapter 4. No, it don't say it there.
Okay. Isaiah 32.
Okay. Isaiah 32.
See, I said something. Yeah. Just man, you can't let that little bitty motherfucker.
Like this. Isaiah 32. Okay. This is Isaiah chapter 32 and 1. It says, behold, a king shall reign in righteousness, and princes shall rule in judgment. And a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind.
Like, see that? That's what you're gonna need, a righteous man. I'm telling you, all this shit that's coming, y'all better pay attention out there.
A man, in verse 2, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place.
Right, this place is gonna be dried the fuck out. Ain't gonna be shit. Don't go back to the partying system. We're gonna become partying too. Believe it or not.
That's why in Joel chapter 3 it say they have sold my children a boy for an harlot, you know, because that's what it's gonna come down to in America. You know, we gonna get to see that. We're gonna get to see what the elder just said, a bartering, how bartering truly works.
Yeah, it's gonna be a wicked, but hey.
Yeah, come on. It says, Isaiah 32 and 2, and a man shall be as an hiding place from the wind, and a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as a shadow of a great rock in a weary land.
That's gonna be America. America gonna be a weary land, dry place.
Yep. Keep going. Okay, so I know it started going to the east. So, yep, coming. So man, so that's what we got. I knew all this. So that's what we got coming. You know. That's why we out here on the highways and byways teaching, because you don't want to go. You don't want to go through pain and suffering. Matter of fact, in America, we don't even know what true pain and suffering is. True hunger, true thirst. You know, when the last time you went food without 2 to 3 days? You know, you don't understand that. Your body not even built for that.
Yeah, Lamentation 4 and 21.
Come. So when you
At 19.
okay, so when it comes to the time to where you have to experience that, you gonna go into total shock. You gonna.
Right. That's why you're supposed to be doing intermediate fasting and the Daniel fast, doing those things and keeping your conditioning and your health up to the best of your ability. The spirit and power of Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Because you know these days are coming.
Come.
Why wouldn't you?
And I like what the Akim Kara said. He said in his last video, he said, you don't want to be reactive, you want to be proactive. You want to prepare before it happens. You don't want to base your decisions off something after it happens, because it's gonna be too late.
Too late. You a victim at that
Right. And nobody wants to be a victim.
There's gonna be a lot of victims in America. Shit. Whether you want it to be or not.
Oh, that's that Nathan. When it says their bodies shall be some of these bodies, but they shall I have to get it. This is Lamentations chapter 4. Like y'all go trying to grab this page. I'm trying to switch it. Go to the page. Whole time it was on the back. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 21. It says, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee." Right. So Esau, you got to go through slavery too. Yeah, you got to go through slavery too. But your slavery gonna be in the kingdom, and we gonna have spiritual power. So that's gonna be the worst place you can be, because we gonna punish you drastically. It says, Lamentations 4 and 21, "Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked." Right. 4 and 9. Oh, okay, so okay.
Y'all getting everything they done, that's getting right back. So we ain't gonna be raping you and all that foul shit.
Right.
We're gonna have the best of the women, but we're gonna be raping you and sending it back to you. All that crazy shit. And we ain't gonna be cannibalism, we ain't gonna be eating y'all, none of that shit. We ain't gonna be doing no gay ass homosexual shit either.
Yeah, Edomites, y'all a bunch of fun boys. You can just see it in their face. Nothing but a bunch of betas. This is Lamentations chapter 4, verse 9. It says, "They that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through the wants of the fruits of the field." Right. So you would rather just get killed instantly, than have to die of hunger. Like we said, if the scripture tells you that you're going to have a famine means what? The shortage of food and goods. If you having a shortage of food and goods, you're going to have to stop eating so much. Your body is going to shrink, all right? That's why they show the little babies in Africa with their ribs poking out their belly with their big old heads. They spam ice anyways. But why? Because they dying of hunger, all right? Okay.
So yeah, that's the worst way to die. So a lot of y'all thinking y'all got bug out this and you is wicked ass Israelite. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, you wicked ass Israelites selling them bug out kits and shit. When y'all know all what the scriptures say, it's really gonna come down to what? Faith.
Gone. It says 2nd Esdras 15 and 58.
You can go up a little bit, you can.
Okay.
Rise.
Yeah.
Cause this gonna be our kind of last one.
Okay. I'll start at 49. 2nd Esdras chapter 15 and 49. "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood," meaning what? Single women. All right.
That's all the wars and all the death that's gonna be happening to the man, and the civil war and the race riots and the insurrection gonna kill a lot of men. So a lot of women gonna be single, and that's happening. A lot of men die from different diseases and shit.
Gone. It says, "I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, and pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. And the glory of thy power shall be dried up as a flower, when the heat shall arise that it sent over thee." So the Most High compared America's glory to a flower, meaning it's nothing to him to destroy this place. It says, thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes,
Yeah, that's America.
and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty in lovers shall not be able to receive thee.
Yeah, see that? All these other nations and shit, they ain't gonna be able to fuck with you because they ain't gonna want to fuck with you. You done did so much treacherous shit to everybody. Ain't nobody messing with you.
Come. And we seeing that right now. All these countries and different nations.
Yeah.
Like Corral was saying,
Sabotaging them, all kind of shit.
come. Backing out of deals.
Right, fucking up their economics, fucking up their trade with other countries and shit. That's straight up Hamas. They fucking up people trade with other countries doing that. See, but they ain't talking about that. It's just a win for America. That's
Right.
all you hear over here.
That's why in Second Ezra, I think in the same chapter next over in 16, it say pride leadeth to a haughty fall. And that's what America got coming.
Yeah. So that's why this gonna happen to you individual citizens too. Let's keep going. What else gonna happen to them?
It says, verse 51, thou shalt be weakened as a poor woman with stripes, and as one chastised with wounds, so that the mighty and lovers shall not be able to receive thee. Would I with jealousy have so proceeded against thee, saith the Lord, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen. See that?
See, that's all about the Israelites. The blacks, Latin, Native Americans, the ones that y'all oppress and y'all refuse to let us go. Y'all keep us in these neighborhoods and y'all let all these other nations come to America and prosper off our backs. Lazarus licking the sores. The rich man.
Yep.
Like, fuck y'all.
It says, verse 53, if thou hadst not always slain my chosen,
Right, America. With y'all policies. Whatever.
exalting the stroke of thine hands,
See that? With all them executive orders, all them legislative orders, all them judicial orders, passing down all them bogus ass laws, making it okay to do redlining, all that shit. See that? Gentrifying our neighborhoods and shit.
come.
Sending us to the worst of schools, giving us the least of education, using us as guinea pigs and shit. Test subjects, whether it's through the prisons, whether it's through the military, whether it's through our preschools and shit. The formulas you giving our women, the philosophies, that weak ass diagram you gave them with the pyramid, through your World Health Organization and your food organization, and taught us to eat all that salt and sweet shit with that bullshit ass culture you gave us, which is nothing but a deaf culture. Talking about Big Mama's cooking. Now you gonna go on Facebook and they show you the scientific breakdown of Big Mama cooking individually, and it's horrible. I don't know if you've seen that yet, but it's on there. You go on Facebook, and I'm strolling, and matter of fact, next time I run into some, I'm gonna start having you grab that footage for me, because I need that information to put it on the figure to start highlighting these things too.
Okay.
Yeah, I just seen that shit. I got mad when I seen that shit. They scientifically broke down every, and they had damn near 8 different skits of different parts of it, and what it broke down and what it did, and at the end, how many calories and what kind of sickness you developed from that, and said the blacks lead and this and that and this and that, and then they even gave the example of Esau bullshit ass folk tongue, that old it's hereditary or it's a family genetic. They show all that's a lie. It's all been based off the food you make. And then they show us 3 slits under that, transforming from eating this bullshit to coming to the fruits, the vegetables, and eating like our ancestors used to eat.
Getting right.
It's right.
Yeah.
Like, fuck out of here, man.
But that was years ago.
But it's scientifically proved that you're supposed to eat like that right now. You at the height of all knowledge and information.
The human body is actually built to fast more than it is to eat.
Exactly.
You know,
so that 3 days, 3 days, 3 times out of a day, all that's a lie. You're not giving your body time to process and break it down. That's why we're having all this congestion and shit, which lead to this cancer, this, that. All this motherfucker been lying, man.
A piece of chicken breast takes on average 2 hours to break down. A steak takes 4 hours to break down.
Right, but you done ate a steak 4 hours ago, and then you at McDonald's, and then you got a root beer float, and then you eat some candy, and then some chips, and then you drink 1 bottle of water, and then that's supposed to relax everything. Then 2 hours later, you eating the whole fucking dinner, and then wonder why at night you sleep and roll up to
that ought to be a new American slogan. Oh,
and then do that 2 days out of a week, and then wonder why you can't get not 10 pounds off your goddamn body in 2 months of going to the gym, because you can't eat like that. The fuck is you talking about?
And then the more you research and learn about parasites,
oh man, that's a whole nother level.
You gonna find out you actually is a host. Right. So the parasite is literally telling you, feed me, right. Sugar,
eat this,
salt.
Eat that, eat this.
So hey man, but hey, like the other said, you learn more about these scriptures. Yahweh Shah will sup with you. You'll learn about the Daniel fast. You'll learn about intermediate fast.
Become an herbologist, all that shit.
Come. But this is 2nd Ezra chapter 15 verse 53. It says, if thou hast not always slain my chosen, exalting the stroke of thine hands, and saying over their dead, when thou was drunken, set forth the beauty of thy countenance. Here we go. It say, the reward of thy whoredom shall be in thy bosom.
Right, and that's why it's coming back. Keep going.
Therefore shalt thou receive recompense.
Right, and what kind of recompense? Let's find out.
Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee unto mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger, and thou shalt fall through the sword. Thy cities shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish with the sword in the field. They that be in the mountains.
Right, those of y'all who have more money, like Kim Kardashian, them, and Kanye, and Rick Ross, and all them, y'all got them exclusive Malibu houses tucked away in these different parts throughout all, South Dakota, North Dakota, and shit. They got beautiful tucked out houses, fucking compounds and shit that you can't even go down. They got their own streets. This was gonna happen to y'all.
They call them safe havens.
Right. This was gonna happen to y'all.
It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh.
Right, you're going to eat your own kids because you're going to eventually run out of food.
And drink their own blood.
Right, see that? You're going to drink your own blood because you ain't going to have no water or nothing to drink. Everything going to be contaminated.
For very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
See that? So you're going to become cannibalism. Good luck with that.
And Esau, he used to that anyways, because you seen in Columbus when he bit that Native American in the movie? He bit his neck. Show you Esau always been on this type of time. They show you the movie Columbus. Esau bit the Native American. He bit his neck and ripped a piece of meat and some blood out. You know what I'm saying? So, but guess what? You Israelites gonna be doing the same thing.
All of y'all, shit.
Yep.
All Americans.
Come.
No matter what you is. I don't give a Chinese. I don't give a fuck. You a Egyptian at this point.
It says, verse 59, though as unhappy, thou shalt come through the sea and receive plagues again. And in the passage, they shall rush on the idol city.
See that? Them ICBM missiles. They're going to come right across the Atlantic Ocean, the Pacific. They're going to fuck this place up. Because Russia, China, Iran, South Korea, and all them, and their allies, they're going to be shooting them. They're going to be shooting them missiles. Satan twos and shit, the Moabs.
Yep.
And what's going to happen?
It says, and in the passage, they shall rush on the idol city.
See that? America, the missiles, and what they going to do?
And shall destroy some portion of thy land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble,
see?
And they shall be unto thee as fire.
There you go. That's your ICBM missile.
Keep going. Finish off. Okay. Verse 61, 62. And they shall consume thee, and thy cities.
See that? They gonna be all your little Los Angeles, and Chicago, and Texas, and that. All your major cities gonna get hit.
Yep.
Them your monuments right there. That's your beauty. That's your glory. That's why the kingdoms of the earth want to come over here like it was paid. Them areas are targets.
Yep.
Dumbasses. Y'all thinking, oh, it's just military. No. They showing you that they upscaling everything. They hit civilian targets now. They showing y'all where they going.
It says, verse 63, thy children shall they carry away captive,
Right.
and look what thou hast. And look what thou hast, they shall spoil it, and mar the beauty of thy face.
There you go. So, alright, so with that.
Okay, so with that, hope you brothers and few sisters watching was edified. Until next time, we want to say shalom, shalom. Come on, shalom.
Yasha. Oh.